Hi everyone. So the topic today's discussion is on transactional analysis in organizational behavior. As such, behavioral science is very easy, but at the same time it is very complicated also. There are various management philosophers, psychologists, those have developed their own philosophies, they have given their own theories also. So as a manager of an organization or as a worker who is associated with a travel agency or a tour operation unit or any event management company, you wishes to have again the desired results from your employees, and you wishes to know how a person behave, why he behave in a particular manner. Similarly, to explore all these things, a famous psychologist, Dr. Eric Berne, he has explored. In fact, he was looking after his patients, and one fine day he thought of why a person is behaving in a particular manner. So to understand the person's behavior, he realized that there is certain thing inside this person. And when we talk about the behavior is the reaction or the response. So how he is behaving with other fellow. So he has given a name called transaction. So when we talk about transactional analysis, this provide a basis for the transaction which is going on in between two persons. So if he is acting, then there will be a reaction. So it means action, reaction, action, reaction. So how this reaction and actions are based and how do they continuously move? So for this, a theory to analyze human behavior was developed by Eric Berne, and the basic objective was to understand the better psychology or the behavior of the human being. For improved behavior and improved human relation and communication, this theory play an important role, because as a manager, while you are working in the organization, you wishes to develop the sound relationship with your employees, and of course in present scenario we call them the human relations. In fact, transactional analysis explain why and how people think, they act, and for this better understanding, transactional analysis plays an important role. So today we wish to discuss about the transaction. What is transaction? It is the fundamental unit of social intercourse which is being held between two persons. Again, I am repeating, it's the fundamental unit of social intercourse among two persons. So as a human being, while they are interacting, what are the reasons, what are the logic, what are the basis, what are the inner things based upon which a person is reacting or interacting with the others. If we have to define transactional analysis, we can understand that when people interact, the social transactions get created. He has given the term social transaction, and social transaction get created, which shows how people are responding and behaving. The study of such transactions between people is called transactional analysis. Please listen carefully. I am just repeating this definition so that things will be very easily clear to you. When people interact, the social transactions get created, which shows how people are responding and behaving. The study of such transactions between people is called transactional analysis. So as a manager or as a worker, while you are working with a group of people, you wishes to know that how to establish the sound relationship between employees among themselves, as well as between superior and subordinate, as well as between manager and the subordinate staff or the employees. When we talk about this particular transaction analysis, Eric Berne has further critically examined this social transaction, and he realized that each person has three different egos. He has particular term he has given them. The term is called ego. So the person's behavior depend upon the ego. When there are two persons, this is called social transaction which is being held between two persons. So as an individual, I also have ego and the other person also have the ego. So these ego are the basis for the response or the reaction. Eric Berne, based upon his critical examining of the human psychology, he realized that there is parent ego, adult ego and child ego. There are three different types of ego a person have or an individual have. Similarly, another person with whom he is interacting also have three different ego called parent ego, adult ego and child ego. So when we talk about ego, it is terms of three psychological behavioral aspect known as ego, which was given by Mr. Eric Berne. And as I have conveyed you, these ego, he has given the term called parent, adult and child. It's person's way of thinking, feeling and behaving. When we talk about this ego, how a person think, how he feel and how he behave. Ego do not have any when we talk about the ego does not have any relation with the age. Even a small child or a young boy of 5 years of age, he may also have the parent ego, adult ego and child ego. Similarly, an old age person also may also have the child ego. What I am trying to tell you, as such, there is no relation with the age when we talk about ego. A person moves from one ego to another. So today in the morning I am behaving, or in a particular minute I am behaving in parent ego, like I am discussing to you, I am delivering a talk. Maybe possible I am delivering in my adult ego, while I am discussing about the theory, while I am discussing about the facts, or while I am showing you something, I may behave in a parent ego. But the moment after the class I am interacting with my mother, who is quite old age, so I may behave in a child ego. So it is very clear the person behave sometime in a parent ego or adult ego or child ego. Similarly, other person also. So each person, he moved from one ego to another ego. As the term sound, we wish to analyze critically parent, adult and child. When we talk about the parent, as the term sound parent, it treat others like children. As a parent, they are called judgmental, rule maker, overprotective like parents, as well as they are the people, those are concerned with the moral and nurturing parents, like we nurture children, kids. So there are two type of parent ego when we talk about ego. One is called nurturing, second one is critical parent. Nurturing parent and critical parent. Nurturing parent, where you might have seen some parents are very much concerned with the children, they are polite, they are soft, and they are very soft being to their children. So they are called nurturing parent ego. Further, parent ego has two parts. One is nurturing parent ego and second one is critically parent ego. Critically parent ego is more authoritative, it is more centralized, and it has the phenomena of controlling. So person may have the parent ego. Second ego, as the term sound, is called adult ego. So when we talk about the adult, as the term sound, adult, something related with the logic, something which is related with the reasonability, which is concerned with the rationality, you know of course it is based upon the facts, cause and effect. All these are the adult symptoms or the features of the adult ego. So adult, whenever he is behaving, whenever he is reacting while he is into the adult ego, he will always convey, no, we should not go there because by 9 p.m. the hostel will be locked. Or while we are going out in the city during this COVID-19, because today it is the lockdown, and police administration and district administration, they have prohibited the movement of the people. So it's better to stay back at home. So this statement is adult ego, which comes based upon certain facts and information or the logic. Whereas if I am saying, no, we should not go out, so if I am conveying it as a general statement, it is a parent ego. Authoritative, I am telling, no, need not to go. But the moment I am saying, why I should not go, what's the reason, then it becomes the adult one or the adult ego. Dear friends, the third one is child ego. As the term sounds, child. Child is always known for his or her immature behavior. Sometimes anxiety, sometimes depression, sometimes fear, sometimes joy, emotions, dependency. All these are the features of child ego. When we talk about the behavior of a person based upon the child, I am repeating it again. Basically, the immature person, or not person as such, but his behavior which is based upon the child ego, it will reflect like immaturity and anxiety, depression, sometime fear also, with joy, with emotion and dependence. As such, when a person behave in the child ego, he is not concerned with the logic, he is not concerned with the facts. Rather, his behavior or his emotion is generally it's coming automatically without any logic. So dear friends, this transaction, when we take place, a person behave in the parent ego, adult ego and child ego. So Eric Berne has given these three ego, and further he says that when a person is behaving, he is into the transaction, because there is another person who is his counterpart. There are two persons. So when a person is behaving with others, the transaction is taking place. So one transaction which is given by Eric Berne is called the complementary transaction. Complementary, it is something like, there are 9 transactions position as per Eric Berne. One, suppose there are two persons, one is behaving in the adult ego, another one is also behaving in the adult ego. Second one is adult ego, and then another one is in the parent ego. Adult ego and child ego. These are the three: adult to parent, adult to child. Fourth one is 1, 2, 3, adult to adult, adult to parent, adult to child. Second one is parent to adult, parent to parent, parent to adult, parent to child. These are three others. Then child to child, child to parent, child to adult. So there are 9 transactions which may take place when we talk about the complementary transaction. What does it mean? Let me tell you further. Suppose if I am behaving with a person, behaving means I am reacting to a person. So complementary says, if I am asking a person, up to how long lockdown will remain in India? So this is what I am using my child ego, and I am asking to a person who is into the politics, or who is into the ruling party, or who is a doctor. So what I am expecting, that this person will give me some logical answer. So if I am asking this, for how many days? And then the other person who is behaving in the adult ego, because mine is from child ego, I am expecting that a person should behave, a person should react in the adult ego. Adult ego means, yes, epidemic is there, and that may take another 2 weeks also, because government has put certain restrictions. However, the basic important offices would remain open in a controlled manner from 20th of April. So this answer I got against my question which I raised as the child ego. And the gentleman who has given this answer, he behaved in the adult ego. So this is a complementary. I expect the answer in adult ego. The person also has given the answer in his adult ego. Second one, when we talk about another transaction, this is called crossed transaction. First one is the complementary, second one is the cross transaction. When sender sending a message but receiver reacted by unexpected ego. What does it mean? In the complementary, I expect from a person who is from administration that he will behave in an adult ego and he will reply me in the adult ego, because I am not sure. So mine was child, this was complementary, and he replied. But crossed means I was expecting that the person will behave or person will react in the adult ego, but unfortunately that person has not reacted in the adult ego, rather he said in the parent ego. तो मैं क्या मतलब है भाई? Why you are asking all these things? It means I was expecting something else, but the person is reacting through his parent ego. Second example, it's the same question, up to how long this lockdown will remain in India? And the person is conveying, really, I also do not know. How many days again it will take? This is how he has replied. It means I was expecting in the adult ego the answer, reply, but that person also reacted in the child ego. This is called crossed, means it was not complementary. Whatever I was expecting, he has not given the answer in the same expectation level. So dear friends, we call it is the crossed transaction. First one is the complementary, जिसमें मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ उसी ईगो में वो रिप्लाई कर रहा है, बट क्रॉस्ड में he is replying in a different ego. Then third transaction which Eric Berne has conveyed, that third transaction is bit complicated and ulterior. What does it mean? In this particular transaction, two ego states within same person. This is called psychological message. We serve one thing but mean another. Two messages are conveyed at the same time. So we say sometime one thing but it has a typical meaning. When a person sometime behave, for example, I have asked, I am flying, I am at the aircraft, and if I asked, Where are we going? I'm in the aircraft and I'm asking a person, where are we going? So a person is conveying, yes, we are going in the air. I had a different thing in my mind which I have not properly conveyed. Similarly, the gentleman also has replied, हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? मैंने हवाई जहाज में पूछा, जहाज के अंदर हूँ, और वो बोल रहा है कि हम हवा में जा रहे हैं. You know, these are called bit diplomatic or the complex message. So, as per Eric Berne said, for the success of the transaction, the complementary transaction should take place. Rather, two other transactions should be avoided, because once these last two transactions will take place, definitely it will not provide the desired results. So for the success of the organization or for the success of the behavior, we should try to develop the environment, we should try to develop the stimuli, we should try to develop the proper perception system, so that whatever I expect, the person should behave in the same manner, and that's very important. So for the success of this transaction, sometime I may also have to play from one ego to adult, one ego to another ego in the classroom also. So what happens, some of you are sitting in your room and you are observing my lecture. So I am delivering a talk on parent ego, and when I refer the examples, when I refer the theory, when I refer the name of Eric Berne, I am behaving in my adult ego, and you people are observing, oh, as a child ego, in your child ego. It means I was expecting that you should listen me carefully. So you are listening all these things carefully and not asking any question, reacting right now. Of course, you may ask the question afterwards or after the lecture. So this is what a teacher is expecting. If these things will be moving ahead, that is called complementary transaction, and this is the base for the success of the transaction, which is called social interaction. So again, just I am repeating, there are three ego: parent ego, adult ego, and child ego, in which a person behave, and while he is behaving with the others, that another fellow is also behaving in the parent, adult, and child ego. And sometime for the success of transaction, this social interaction, the ego movement should be there within the human being. If someone another person is expect that I should also play in the adult ego or reply in the adult ego. I am referring some theory, and if a person is there, mature person is there in the examination, what the examiner is doing, he is giving some questions to you, and he expect that you should also behave, you should also reply in the adult ego with certain logic or with certain rationale. I hope this is clear to you. Dear friend, there is another concept is called life positions. Life positions. As such, life position is the basic assumption about oneself. हर एक आदमी अपने बारे में कुछ सोचता है, यह बताया क्या. So what are those things we wish to discuss about that life positions? In fact, each person has a mindset about his own self. And as per life position concept, there are 4 life positions. One is, I am okay, you are not okay. Or, I am okay, you are okay. So the very first one is, I am okay, you are okay. मैं जो बात कह रहा हूँ वो ठीक कह रहा हूँ और आप जो कह रहे हैं वो भी ठीक कह रहे हैं. दिस इज वन पोजिशन. सेकेंड वन इज, आई एम ओके, यू आर नॉट ओके. आप सही नहीं कह रहे हैं. थर्ड वन इज, आई एम नॉट ओके, यू आर ओके. फोर्थ वन इज, आई एम नॉट ओके, यू आर नॉट ओके. अगेन आई एम रिपीटिंग, आई एम ओके, यू आर ओके, आई एम ओके, यू आर नॉट ओके, आई एम नॉट ओके, यू आर ओके, आई एम नॉट ओके, यू आर नॉट okay. So let us critically examine these 4 life positions. ये life situations कैसी होती हैं उनके बारे में हम जानने की कोशिश करते हैं. The very first one is I am okay, you are okay. This is a position which is considered healthy, which is considered trustworthy, which is considered full of confidence. Whatever I am telling you, I am okay and you are also okay. So we are not undermining the person with whom we are behaving, with we are to whom with we are reacting. So I am okay, you are okay. Second one is I am okay, you are not okay. In the leadership, under the management science, you might have studied about the autocratic leader. You might have heard the term called bosses. Whatever I am telling you, I am not ready to listen anything from you. Whatever I am conveying you, you please follow. This is the position called I am okay, you are not okay. So you should listen me, and whatever instructions I am passing, you have to follow. And third one is I am not okay, you are okay. This situation you would find I am not okay, you are okay. It means I am losing my confidence. So sometime a boss may also ask sometime to a junior, tell me what to do. I am in a typical situation. I am not okay. Whatever I may not be able to take the decision. So you please tell me. This is the third life situation where the person loses confidence when we talk about oneself. वो व्यक्ति अपने आप में मजबूत नहीं है. कई बार हम दोस्तों में होता है जब बात करते हैं, या हम जब हम फैमिली में बात करते हैं, या हम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में बात करते हैं. एंड द फोर्थ वन इज आई एम नॉट ओके, you are not okay. It means I'm not have the confidence upon myself, I don't have the confidence upon yourself. And this is one of the worst position of the life. Dear friends, if a person remain into this life positions for long, I am not okay, you are not okay, then ultimately this person may commit suicide. This is the worst situation of the behavior. It is the worst situation of the transaction. So as a human being, we should always avoid this situation. I am not okay, you are not okay. It's very simple. The teacher, whatever is person is teaching, I think he is not correct. At the same time, you are thinking about yourself also. Oh, I also do not know. So if both do not know, then it will ultimately reach to a worst situation. So for the success of transaction, as per the discussion, the very first is there should be complementary transaction between ego to ego, which we have discussed. And here also the most important and efficient situation is I am okay, you are okay. How the person can be okay? This is again an important thing. So dear friends, once the positivity is there within superior and subordinate, then definitely this position would come, which is mostly very popular and healthy also, which is trustworthy, which is full of confidence. Whereas when we talk about ego and life situations or the life positions in organization, especially tourism and travel organization, when you are handling the tourist, maybe as a travel agent, as a escort, tour escort, as a tour guide, when the tourists are there, they may ask certain things. So you should, while you are handling such tourists, give certain thing in a positive manner. That so for example, there is a group of tourists, those are there, and you are telling them, dear ladies and gentlemen, the group is from Italy and you are taking them to Delhi, and especially you are going to show them the Qutub Minar. So you have conveyed, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going to Qutub Minar. So a lady tourist from Italy, she asked, what is unique about Qutub Minar? What is Qutub Minar? So being a guide, I am aware that you are from Italy. So I said, Madam, you have Pisa Minare, you have पिज़्ज़ा का मीनार है आपके यहाँ? Yes, we also have the pizza minare in Italy. Yes, yes, yes. Similarly, we in India, in Delhi, we have Qutub Minar. It means a tower, tallest tower, tall tower. Oh, I see. So this is called I am okay, you are okay, where both are positive. So, dear friends, you can apply this ego states and life situations or the life positions in your daily life, in your professional life, in the organization, as well as while you are handling the tourist or while you are handling your own employee in a travel agency, tour operation, event management company, leisure management company, or any transport organization. So, I'm sure the concept of ego and the concept of life situations would give you a positive idea about these important theories. Those are developed by Eric Berne. I am wishing you all the best. May God bless you.